April 6, 1997, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A Sunday afternoon and a busy day on the Intercoastal Waterway. 11 people, including 3 children, ages 7, 9, and 12, are out for a pleasure cruise. They rent this Bayliner motorboat, but something goes wrong. A large wake from another vessel has washed over the side, and now the partially submerged boat is caught in a 12-mile-an-hour current. The man who's steering guns the engine, but has no control. The passengers know they are in trouble, but the real danger isn't immediately obvious until suddenly it's too late. They're on a collision course with a construction barge that's tied to the bridge. An adult on board tries to push them away from the barge, but he's no match for the weight of the boat and the power of the current. The Bayliner is forced under the steel bow of the barge as passengers jump for their lives. A man tosses this young girl overboard. She's wearing a life jacket, but some of the others aren't. As their boat smashes into the barge, it's crushed, and in less than 30 seconds, it disappears into the water. Seaman Keith Young.
It was people screaming for their moms, their dads screaming for help. Just a shriek of a voice. It was just horrible sounding.
Young and his 5-man Coast Guard patrol are coincidentally just a few hundred yards away.
We noticed that it was going so low in the water that the prop was barely touching, and it was shooting like a fire hose out the back end.
They rush to the scene, and they know they have to act, and fast. Coast Guard crewman Frank Morrow.
As we got here, we pulled in this way, the barge was sitting there. I saw the people drifting underneath the barge. Like 90% of the body was under the barge. All we could see is their arms and their heads yelling for help. I concentrated on one little girl that caught my eye.
Ignoring his own safety, Morrow, in full uniform and loaded down with steel-toed boots, jumps in straight for the girl who's hidden from the camera's view behind the barge.
The obstacle was trying to keep myself from going on the barge. And once I grabbed her, I just was sliding along the barge with the current.
But as he grabs the girl, 3 other panicked people grab him.
My back was up against the barge, and I just held on as hard as I could.
Morrow saves the 4 people, and by now other Coast Guard officers have jumped in, including Dwight Higgins, who goes after another person struggling to survive.
In the front of the barge, I could see some color shirt. So I was like, well, maybe I can swim over, grab this shirt, and get this person out. But once I got over to try to get to that shirt, I got caught in the current and sucked under the barge.
Spectators stand by helplessly as Higgins is sucked under and finds himself fighting for his own life.
I was so tired. I put my arms down. I said, I can't go on no more. I said, I'm too tired. I thought I was dead. And I closed my eyes and I prayed as hard as I could. I said, Lord, get me out from under here. I said, please get me out. And I put my arms up and I felt the bottom of the barge. And I pulled with everything I had.
With some help from other boaters nearby, Higgins finds the strength to get himself and a woman to safety. But the distraught woman knows others are still missing and waits for news about the rest of her group. 2 people, a 62-year-old man and his wife, drowned. The 9 other passengers, including all 3 children, are pulled to safety.
They know that we did everything we could. I did everything I could. You know, the odds was against us, but we did a pretty good job.
Coming on.